Hey, David Jones team, we are Jackson 5, a strategy consulting firm. We are very glad to consulting with your company according to your information. We know that your company is facing some business difficulties and needs our strategic help. We can help you to regain its preeminent position in Australia retail industry within 10 years and possibly use this strategy as a tool for expanding other market. In this report, Lucy and Ashley will analyze company's current situation, then Tom and Roxy will provide strategy advice to your company based on the results of our analysis.
Hey David Jones, I'm Lucy.
And I'm Ashley.
And we're going to do your SWOT analysis. So to start off with, your strengths include being one of the oldest retail department stores. You have a wide range of products. Woolworths had your acquisition. You have a strong brand name and your store portfolio includes over 40 stores across Australia.
Some weaknesses that we have identified are loss of sales to international brands, a large amount of cash spent on store refurbishments, and a limited international presence. Also, other weaknesses are changing demographics and culture in the workplace might be outdated.
We've also identified some opportunities for David Jones, which we'll touch on later. They include technological updates, the weak Aussie dollar, industry globalization, offshoring practices, a diversification of your services, and of course, the trending e-commerce.
Threats to David Jones we have identified are international brands such as Zara coming to the Australian market, a shift to e-commerce, as well as unexpected economic conditions such as wage growth, political change, and the cooling housing market.
At Jackson 5 Consulting, we like to give you a more holistic experience, so we've also conducted a SWOT analysis for David Jones. It shows what your aspirations, interests and needs are. Among others, your biggest aspiration is to be number one in the Australian retail market. We're here to make that happen. Your interests are retail mostly, and your need is an increased brand presence. Our strategies, as you'll see in a moment, will lead you there.
Thanks, Lucy and Ashley. I'm Roxy. So we recommend David Jones to focus more on their online business. From the finance perspective, online business is already the fastest growing segment of David Jones and still have plenty for growth. Department stores are usually cost considerable. Therefore, David Jones should aim for smaller, profitable store space to save the rent and costs. Less space also reduce marketing and operational costs. From the marketing perspective, enhancing the customer experience of online shopping can improve the image of David Jones and boost the multi-channel customer experience. Simultaneously, a rearranged physical store layout and display will reinforce the company's image. From a competitor perspective, just like Ashley and Lucy said, competition in this industry is high. Besides traditional department stores like Myer, the online-only retailers are also another important form of external competition for industry players, such like Amazon, is also occupying more market share.
Hi, I'm Tom. One opportunity we have discovered after conducting analysis of the market and the company's current portfolio is that David Jones should aim to provide a diversified rental service. This will help to attain a greater profit income and a bigger market share. The idea of holistic means that David Jones should look to all channels, not only at the final stage of purchase, but also at participation, atmosphere, and conversation when engaging with its customer. From the view of marketing, every touch point is vital as it will impact the final decision made by a customer. Hence, we have proposed the following strategy. We recommend David Jones to invite some of the top restaurants or cafes like Blush and Nobu to join. This sets apart our strategy from the previous David Jones strategy, which we guarantee will bring more success than previous attempts. This will help the business in providing its client with more options than traditional clothing lines. Take an example of a family spending 3 hours in a shopping mall. It is more likely that they would look for a nearest restaurant or cafe to have a break or a family meal. In the meantime, this will improve customer satisfaction and retention rate, attracting higher-end customers and maximizing its competitiveness. Apart from the tangible benefit that David Jones will receive, it will also help the business to maintain the brand value of being premium and high quality. On the economic level, the lease revenue can also offset the operating expense. Having a restaurant inside David Jones also breaks down existing customer perceptions surrounding to long-lasting brand. Thank you.
David Jones is facing many problems, mainly from the impact of online sales and competition from rivals. In terms of finance, market, and competition, David Jones should pay more attention to online sales than physical store in the era of sales transformation. David Jones should invest catering, comfort, and leisure function in physical store to provide customers with more holistic shopping experience to stimulating consumption. With our advice, David Jones can be number one again.